Welcome to part 14 of the virtual coffee break series from RevSim. This is Bob Farrell. I'm with Revolution of Simulation, RevSim.org. And in just a second, I'm going to turn things over to Alan, who's got a very interesting case study on racing rules in NASCAR. Before we do that, though, I want to quickly just give you a snapshot of what RevSim is all about if you're not familiar. I invite you to join the site, visit us at RevSim.org. And here you'll find a lot of information regarding not only democratizing HPC, but all the other disciplines as well. From sim apps and I mean, you name it, it's there. And content is constantly being updated. It's being refreshed. Also, when you get there, I'd like to invite you to please sign up for our newsletter. It comes out quarterly, and it's a good way to just kind of keep abreast of the additions to the site and other events going on. Quickly about RevSim, the RevSim community. It's comprised of many different types of organizations and stakeholders, such as yourself as an end user, manufacturers, industry organizations, media. I mean, you can read it here for yourself. Just a whole lot of different people with a common goal to help educate and democratize simulation. So please visit the site and learn more about these and other areas. And with that, I'm going to turn things over to Alan and get right into this case study. Alan, take it away.
Hey, thanks, Bob. So today I'm going to talk about racing, in particular NASCAR. It's a very popular racing series here in the United States based upon what are called stock cars. And NASCAR has a long history here in the U.S., partially because of the fact that they consistently ensure that the races are competitive, that there's a lot of driver skill that comes into play. It's not necessarily just how much money you invest and innovate in each car, although there's obviously a lot of innovations there. But so one of the ways they do that is by making it competitive and making it then fun to watch is they're constantly tweaking the rules. And this is NASCAR, the organization itself, tweaking the rules, which then the individual NASCAR race teams have to follow. Back in the old days, they would tweak the rules, and then they'd have to go out and test that out. And examples of things that they do to tweak the rules are they change the restrictor plates, the amount of air that can flow into the engines. If you listened to a previous virtual coffee break that Wolfgang spoke about simulating the air intake for engines and talking about the performance of that. Well, NASCAR intentionally restricts the air intakes to reduce the performance of the engines and make things consistent. But at the same time, they want to ensure that the cars are safe, that they're going to perform the way they expect to, and that they know what's going to kind of happen before they get out on the track. Now, they can obviously do testing in wind tunnels, they can do testing on the track, but one of the things that they have liked to do is a lot of computational fluid dynamics to analyze the aerodynamics. You see in this particular picture, you see one car drafting, just barely probably touching the bumper of the other car, and the pressures that are happening and result in maybe some fuel savings and stuff. So the way NASCAR does this is they use a variety of tools from an organization called Total Sim USA that's based here in Ohio. That is, Total Sim are experts in computational fluid dynamics, and they have, using OSC and our awesome platform, they have taken their knowledge and encapsulated it into some modeling and simulation apps and algorithms that clients of theirs, such as NASCAR, can log on to the website and put in various geometries and car designs and set things up, and then click on some buttons and have it run the analysis and then spit back the results in terms of the drag, side force, down force, things like that, particularly at different speeds and on different tracks. As you can imagine, a NASCAR race, there are parts where the cars are going slower relatively and then faster at other times. They're bunched together like you see here, or they're spread out, maybe a little more spread out, you see in the back of the picture. There are a variety of different racetracks. Some are very short and require a lot of turns. Others have some straightaways. And testing through all those different variations can take a lot of effort, particularly if you're trying to do that in physical testing. So that's why they make use of virtual simulation tools that we make available. And as a result of that, they're able to help ensure that they've got safe but fun and competitive sport that will be enjoyable both for the drivers and the fans that are watching, and continue to make sure that they're advancing the sport and advancing what they're doing at the same time as safely and as scientifically as possible. If you'd like to see more information about this, we do have a case study. We even have actually a video from the NASCAR engineer that works on our system talking about how exactly he does this analysis, with showing some more visualizations. Those are at the OSC website. The URL is there on the screen. If you listen to some of the other virtual coffee breaks, some of them, Wolfgang has case studies on the details of his UberCloud ones, and they're in his compendiums. They're available at the ubercloud.com. And please, I do encourage you to visit the revolutionsimulation.org website, like Bob spoke about at the beginning of this virtual coffee break, to register. Doesn't matter what your interest is or what your role is in the community, we have some way that you can be involved in it. So on behalf of Bob and Wolfgang and myself, Alan Chalker, thank you for listening, and look out for our next virtual coffee break.